Welcome back to the 100 spin test. In today's episode, number 113, we're taking a break from our new approach, but we still can't resist diving back into the murky waters of roulette strategies. You know the ones, foolproof systems that collapse faster than the Maple Leafs victory parade plans. And yes, I know the joke's dated. I made this video in mid-May. As much as I love Trana, I just can't help myself. Sorry not sorry. Ever wonder if these so-called guaranteed wins can survive real-world distractions and cognitive bias? You're in the right place. Let's find out. Today's test is Crimson Cloak, from the April 7, 2025 episode of the CEG Dealer School YouTube channel. According to our friends at Muppet Labs, progressions are still tough to auto-bet until we streamline the codebase, so today, we're doing a flat bet the CEG boys liked, even though they suspected the audience wouldn't. This one's a 22-unit bet. 11 units on one color, and 11 single-unit bets on numbers from the opposite color. I got the lab techs to rewire FACO 3000 to generate an optimal bet for this configuration. Let's run it.
Computer says 9.
There we have it, bet 11 on black, and 1 unit each on 3, 5, 9, 14, 16, 18, 21, 23, 25, 27, and 30. We're testing this on an American wheel, so there are 38 numbers. There are 11 winning numbers, 9 losers, and 18 that push. That gives us a 29% chance of profit on each spin, 24% chance of loss, and a whole lot of pushes. Thanks to those lovely green zeros, the house gets a 5.3% edge in the long run. For scaling, and your sanity, I've set the unit size to 1 simoleon. Hit one of our straight-up numbers. Plus 14 units. Land on the color. Push, and hit anything else. You're boned and lose all 22. Let's see how it plays out over 100 spins. As you can see, the roulette wheel is just one of many tools featured on the dashboard in this video to track the performance of this strategy as it unfolds. The dashboard provides win-loss records, streak data, and a detailed spin history, along with visualizations of key distributions such as individual numbers, colors, odd and even outcomes, high and low numbers, columns, and dozens. These visualizations are included to ensure transparency, allowing you to assess whether the test data is reasonable and free from bias. For more details about this video and a complete archive of all previous videos, check out the links in the description below.
Now let's speed things up and watch the progress. I'll be back at the end to summarize.
Another test, another win. This channel is supposed to be about debunking strategies, and quite frankly winning 5 in a row is embarrassing. In all fairness, this, like most strategies, are lousy. We just got lucky. After 100 spins, we are only up the equivalent of 1 bet. That's risking 2,200 units to win 22. Sure, there are more winning numbers than losing numbers, but the loss is greater than the win. It overperformed in a big way. If a couple of wins or pushes were losses, it would be a losing bet. We really blew the house edge by over 135 units just by getting 4 more wins than expected. I analyzed the data using some basic stats. Excluding pushes, on average, it took 1.5 spins to get a win, and most wins happened pretty quickly. About 68% of wins happened within 3 or fewer spins, and over 95% happened within 4 spins. The standard deviation was 0.9, which just means there was a bit of variation, but not wildly so. The pushies make it tricky to see. The test was profitable for 41% of the spins. When looking at the numbers themselves, we had 3 repeaters. 8, 23, and 30 each repeated once. The hot numbers, those that hit the most, were 17, 20, 23, 27, and 31, where each of those hit 5 times. On the other hand, the cold numbers, the ones hit just once, were 11, 15, 18, 24, 25, 26, 32, and 33. There was 1 streak of 5 wins without a loss, 1 of 3, and 6 streaks of 2 wins without a loss. There were 2 streaks of 2 losses without a win. We excluded pushes from streak data. Essentially, they are treated like they never happened. Let's look at our rankings. We find Crimson Cloak at 46th out of 136 on raw winnings or losses, and 54th on % increased or decreased. More detailed information about the data, including hit counts, statistics, and streak information, can be found in the spin data for this test. A link is in the description. Keep in mind that casinos are profit-driven businesses. They're not designed to make you rich, but to take as much from your wallet as you're willing to give. So, never accept gambling advice at face value. Test any strategy you plan to use with whatever tools you have available. Look closely at whether the data used in demonstrations has been selectively chosen to create a winning narrative. Dig deeper, read and understand as many critiques of the strategy as you can find. Be cautious of creators who discourage questions or criticism. That's a glaring red flag. Remember, you're not a hater for questioning their methodology or being skeptical. If critical comments are missing from their content, consider whether dissenting voices may have been silenced by deleting comments that expose flaws or deception. Finally, many strategies might appear to work temporarily. However, any strategy that doesn't hold up over time isn't reliable, it's just luck in disguise. Adjust your risk and loss tolerance accordingly. As always, approach gambling advice with caution and skepticism.
Good luck until the next time.